How's it going, everybody? So, sorry about the delay for the Mountains of Madness. Yesterday was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of weird. Anyways, as I got over to Portland, Oregon. I'm driving through Oregon right now. I get the load dropped off that I was taking, and then I get ready to get my next load, and I get a call saying that I had a random drug screening. So I had to go and do that, and when I got done with that, then I continued on with the load that I was supposed to get, and when I got there, everybody was gone because they all left at 3, and I got there right when they left. And if it wasn't for that stupid random drug screening that I got picked for, then I'd be heading up to Washington instead of back down to Arizona. But anyways, that's the life sometimes. Stuff like that happens. Anyways, I'm going to be talking about 2 stories since the first one was really, really short. It's called Azathoth, which that one's about a dreamer who, if I was following it correctly, every night he would be looking up at the stars and be dreaming about all that stuff, and I guess he got carried away in one of his dreams and is in a coma or something like that. I don't know, it's very descriptive. It's very well worded, very beautiful writing, actually. But, like I said, very, very short. Doesn't even take like 10 minutes to read through it. Probably less than 5, to be honest. But, yeah, so that was Azathoth. And the second one that I would like to talk about was called The Beast in the Cave. So, like with a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's works, it's written in the first person as somebody who is recounting the story after the fact. So in this one, the main character, he's talking about a caving expedition, I guess. Well, it's not really an expedition, but it was more of like a tour of a cave system where the main character was in a cave with a bunch of other people, and he ends up wandering off and gets lost in the cave. Well, he gets lost, and he's like, well, crap, I'm going to starve here. Who knows if they're even going to find me? All that. So he starts shouting, but then he hears something very abnormal in the cave, so he ends up shutting up, stops shouting, and he's just listening, and it's sounding like some sort of animal, creature, or something like that that's coming after him. Well, he gets a bunch of rocks around him, and he doesn't have a light source since his light source is extinguished. I don't know if he had an actual flame torch or if it was a flashlight, because back then when Lovecraft was writing all this stuff, they would call a flashlight an electric torch or just a torch. I think they still call it that over in the UK, but anyways, fact of the matter is, he's alone, it's pitch black, and he hears this thing coming after him, hunting him, stalking him. So he gropes around the floor, finds a bunch of rocks, and he's just sitting there listening. He throws one of the rocks to where he thinks that he can hear this animal, this creature, and he misses. So he listens again to get a better idea of where it's at, and he throws it again as hard as he can. Oh, and by the way, I believe that right there in front of me is Mount Hood. So, yeah, that's pretty neat. I really love this part of the country. It's beautiful. Anyways, he throws the second stone, and he hits the thing. He threw the rock as hard as he could, he hits the thing and he ends up just picking a random direction where he thinks is the direction that he came from, and he just runs for it. Well, he stumbles into the cave guide, because the cave guide, who was actually doing his job, noticed that he was gone, and so he started looking around about where the last place that he had spoken to the main character was, and eventually he found him. Well, the main character tells the cave guide of what happened, and so they go back to investigate, and they come upon the creature, and it's this large white ape-like creature, kind of like I guess it would be kind of like a Bigfoot. Well, anyways, it was dying from the second rock that the man threw, so he must have clocked it pretty good in order to kill it with one rock. So, and yeah, that's basically it. It's like a Bigfoot thing, completely white, that was living in this cave system. So I kind of liked it. I mean, I liked it. I liked it as a story. I think it was a much better reveal than The Alchemist, if you guys couldn't already tell. I didn't really quite like The Alchemist all that much, but hey, it is what it is. And excuse me, I'm actually really glad that I waited until now to record this little segment, considering the part of the country that I'm driving through, the mountains of Oregon. I believe these are the Cascades that I'm driving through, so real Bigfoot territory up here. Now, I don't know if Bigfoot's real or not. I have always kind of just in the back of my mind thought it would be neat to go looking for it up here in these mountains, but that would have to be something that I would really need a lot of funding for, in order to make sure that I had the necessary supplies and everything to actually come out here and really look. Because what I would plan on doing would be picking an area that has a lot of sightings, or an area that would have a lot of sightings out here, and actually parachute my way in and then work my way towards civilization, instead of starting at civilization, going out for say 3 weeks and then coming back 3 weeks. Because then I feel like if you parachute into an area like this to actually go looking for Bigfoot, you would be able to cover more ground, get to more remote areas around here. Whereas that would take a lot of preparation, and that has the potential of being very dangerous too. So I put that on the back burner. But eventually that would definitely be something that I would love to do, and to just really look out here, because who knows what's actually out here in forested areas like this. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope that you have a great day. Hey everybody, just need to do a slight correction for The Beast in the Cave by H.P. Lovecraft. I got to thinking of it after I finished recording the other video, and I realized that I was wrong about what the reveal was. So towards the end of the story, it makes it sound like it's a Bigfoot type creature, and the cave system that they are in are the Mammoth Caves. But the big reveal, spoiler warning, is that the creature that was living in there was human. Some severely disformed human who had also gotten lost in the caves years and years and years ago. So It wasn't a Bigfoot. It was a deformed human. Sorry about that. And have a great day. See ya.